guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jamie. Today I thought I'd come in and show you guys my first proper completed scrapbook album. I was doing scrapbooking well before this, but it was never thought out. It was very much just like, oh, here's a photo that I'm going to do a layout on. This was my first proper album that I really thought about the process of making it and how it can kind of be a memory keeping device. This was brought on by doing December Daily the year beforehand, and that made me, you know, December Daily, you're constantly thinking about the story that you're telling, the memory that you're making, so I passed that on into this year. Very, very difficult, but I did really enjoy it. I did do Project Life, and I also did layouts, but I didn't do a weekly Project Life. I did monthly Project Life, which was a lot more manageable for me, and I still do monthly Project Life now because I just don't do enough. I think those mundane things I don't need, like I don't need to show you me cooking every day, doesn't need to be in my album, so I do monthly Project Life. So let's have a look. If you enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing. Okay, I know the lighting is going to be a bit difficult in this video, so I will be taking the layouts out. I wanted kind of a introductory page that wasn't essentially an introductory page. Oh, by the way, this is a 9x12 album from Studio Calico way back when I bought this. So this is my 2018 album. So in 2018, actually 2017, when I got it, Studio Calico had this big kit thing where they were selling albums and kits, and I bought one. And this is what I used it for. So this was my first one here, and the title was where I wanted the kind of introductory to come on, because it's Let's Go on an Adventure, so that's how it's read, Let's Go on an Adventure, and it's photos of my dad and the dogs down at the creek near our house. They're just having fun in the sun. They are not angry at each other, they're actually playing, and I did this beautiful watercolor effect. This is a dilution spray. It is my absolutely favorite dilution spray. You get this amazing effect every time where it is like purple and pink tones mixed together. I just love it, and I also loved how this piece here, this is from the Reject Store, mixed in well with it. It's also got some Heidi Shine. I know it's not called Heidi Shine, but some Heidi Shine in the background as well, with just little stickers here, so I'll give you a little bit of a close-up with a nice cluster here. So I think I achieved what I was aiming for with having kind of an introductory page. Now, on the back of this one is a layout of when my mum and I went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I saw Paige Taylor Evans. She did this video where it was like, I'm going to use up all of my wood veneer. I have a lot of wood veneer, but they're not different. Like I have, you know, 400 wooden hearts, so I wanted to use up some of my wood veneer. So this is what I did. I just stuck them on, put some gesso on, and then I did an ombre effect with the different paints that I had. Most of the stickers are from the Maggie Holmes sticker book from way back when, and then Reject Store, because I love Reject Store. And when I first did this, it felt very empty, so once I traced the heart, I really liked the way that that turned out. I'm just realizing this is going to be a long video already. And then resin, and then these little stickers that Adele shared, and then they became the craze and everyone wanted them, and I could only ever get my hands on one pack. Okay, so this is where we get into the Project Life section. So like I said, I did monthly Project Life, and I wanted everything to fit into one album. So the only way I could do that was to have one side. So this side's January, the back is February. So this is how it starts. So at the top I just had my title card. This was the first time I'd ever done Project Life as well, so it was really hard. And from doing December Daily, I loved doing these peek through effects, so I had that cut out like that because I don't want anything to fall out. And then here, I find Project Life really odd to share. So, you know, I just love including ephemera. So like, here's the ticket for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Here's the ticket for a movie that we went and saw. This is me documenting something that I would never normally document with scrapbooking, but I get to document with Project Life. So then here's the back, Valentine's Day, February, so I wanted to get a little bit more of a pinky theme. So then I used the back of this one here with this nice watercolor one. And then it was my parents' anniversary, so I stuck that in there. And then that was just the Valentine's gift that my partner got for me. And this was a painting that I did. I did take a lot of inspiration from this. I didn't come up with the concept myself. The only thing that I don't like about her is it looks like she has a beard. That's it. But I do love that hairstyle. I really love that painting. I don't actually think I even have it anymore. And then just, you know, more memorabilia. So a movie ticket and then a game that I bought. So that was my kind of thing with Project Life. I loved being able to document what I wouldn't normally document. Here's what we're getting into when I was a design team member for Scrapping Fun kits. So they're a Harry Potter themed one. Like, I didn't have any Harry Potter photos, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take the idea of magic and carry it on. So I did this layout here where they had washi tape included, so I used the different washi tapes to make some more triangles, and this is the Deathly Hallows symbol, so I wanted to include that as well. And then I took the title, Your Friendship is Magic, and put that in there, and I just layered some pieces together. This is a very simple layout, but I think it was quite well received. I remember this post being very popular. So I do really like this one, and that's of the doggies that we have. So I do like this one. And then the back. And the back here, which I do remember scrap lifting this. This was from a layout that Adele did. That's Inky Quill, by the way. She's another Australian YouTuber. She was using up like sticker collections, and I thought, you know, I actually have a lot of hexagons, so I decided to use, I'm a big fan of trickling, so being able to include that here was just fantastic. And then, you know, just the simple doilies and all of those things. So I do really like this. This was also another kit from Scrapping Fun Kits. It was just like a pink and teal themed one. I don't think it had an actual theme. I think it was just pink and teal, and it came with this chipboard, so I really wanted to try and do, you know, painting chipboard to make it look a little bit different. So I did washi tape on the top and then painted it. I do really like how it turned out. I think I got the colour really close as well. So I like that one, and that's one of the dogs. And here's the back here. So there's a photo of my partner and my dog just sitting together. I just really wanted to, you know, do a nice cute photo and do a whole bunch of washi. So this is all just washi tape that's been layered here, and then just ephemera, and I love that. I really need to start doing that again. I love having text coming out and then also layering, what are they called? Labels on the side. I do really like those, so I do like this layout a lot. This Project Life was the bane of my existence. So these are 3x3 and they're so hard to do. So it's just a Project Life layout, as you can see, and it's got tip in, which I really like that because I actually had a lot of photos this month. I had done my professional experience as a teacher, so I wanted to commemorate that with here. So there's just a whole bunch of photos and my March card, and then, you know, we went and saw Coco, and I got this little toy, and then I was introduced to Minecraft, and then that's an art journal spread. I really want to recreate that because I remember making that and thinking it was so fantastic. And then there's another one, and that was the kits there. Here, this one here is another design team layout, and this is when I really started to get into like brush lettering and kind of figure out my own calligraphy style. I wanted to do just a map of different things because this one came with different trims and washi tapes and all of that, so I wanted to include that in here. And sweet as sunshine. As you can see, I don't do journaling because it's not my thing. Like, I journal on my Project Life, I don't journal on my layouts. And then here's the back. I really love this one. So these are watercolor pens, and I drew them, left them for about a minute till they dried, and then went over them with the water so that I got a watercolor effect basically, and I just really like it. It was a stencil, so I didn't have to go and draw all them in. And it's just a photo of my mum's dog sleeping. So very nice. I actually don't even really remember making that. This one was also a design team one. It was a Mary Poppins theme, and I do love Mary Poppins, so it was quite nice to be able to make it. So there's a photo of the cat and the card. And then another peek through one. It had like a skyline, so I decided to make a shaker. And because I didn't have a fuse tool at the time, I just used the washi tape they gave with it. It was my 1 year anniversary back then, so I did document it. And that was a painting that my partner did for an art project at uni. This was when I was officially announced as the design team member, so I'd actually had the stuff since about January. So it was nice to be able to finally share it. And then another memorabilia on there. And then here is June. So June is my birthday month, so I was including things, and I don't remember how old I would have been. I think I was 20 at the time. Yes, I want to say I was 20. So I really like this thing where you go like, hello, and then the month. I just think it's really cute. So different things that I did. So I actually spent a couple months living with my partner back then. So that was something on there, my birthday. And then I finished uni for the term. And just some photos. And then that was an art journal spread as well. And just some decor cards. And I actually made my own puppy dogs. I love puppy dogs, so I made my own. And they actually did turn out quite nice. I do remember that. Did I ever make them again? No. Here's a photo just with some light mixed media. This is just some modeling paste where I just did a whole like wash of modeling paste, and then I just wanted a whole bunch of hearts trickling down. I don't like this layout. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't like it. I also don't like the photos of my dog. I think he looks really evil. So there's that one. I'm going to move on because I don't really like this layout. But on the back, oh, this is one of my favorite layouts of all time. This is my favorite photo of my dog as well. It's a bit hard for you to see, but he's like hiding behind a blade of grass. It was just the angle that I took the photo. I just love it so much. So this is layered with a lot of reject store and then the Maggie Home sticker book. So like I know that's sticker book. All of the tiny word stickers are sticker book. And then just all that trickling effect, which as you can see, like I love that trickling effect. I also did, which is one of the first times I ever did this, using tulle on a layout. So I did it as like a shelf for the photos to kind of sit on in the title. I just love it. And there's that piece again. You know how I've said that I love it when you get those sticking out. This is my favorite layout ever. If you scrap with this, show me, because I just love this layout. I love the colors. I love everything about it. I also find I hate these page protectors that came with this album. Like all of the 9x12s, I just, yeah. Like even this one here, like they all ripped, which is why they have washi tape on them. This was my first ever pattern paper background. You didn't notice, all of my layouts are cardstock backgrounds. So this was my first ever pattern paper background. So it's, in order to do it, I just ended up putting a lot of white on there with white modeling paste and just laid it up. I do quite like it, but I still prefer white background layouts. This one's fun. It's just a whole bunch of reject store. And then on the back, this was my first ever YouTube video. I did this, yeah, it was my first ever YouTube video. I think I've progressed a lot since then, but this was my first ever YouTube video. Like the gap there really annoys me, but I have that trickling effect as well. And these are just some photos of me on Snapchat. So if you want to check this out, go check out my first ever YouTube video. You can see how I made that. I don't think this is I think this is a YouTube video as well. So I cut down the 9x12 one to this size because I just didn't have any photos for it. So this is July, and I actually quite like this one. I like how the card is in the middle. And it just, you know, everything's just around it. I really like that effect, and I think that's white paint, I want to say. So just a whole bunch of things. First time I ever got to have a small. This is just a really cute one. And then on the back is August. So like I said, I was on prac. That's how kids still spell my name now. It's not right at all. Yeah, so I just got a whole bunch of things, and then Paige Taylor Evans actually commented my photo, so I had to document that. And then people in Australia remember the Coles Mini, so had to document that as well. And then down here, you can actually pull the card out, and it is a tip-in, and it has a whole bunch of journaling about prac because I went another prac. So there's also some memorabilia of when I went to the Queensland Museum to see the Egyptian mummies exhibition. I love Egypt, so whenever that's in town I always go check it out. I also did this here. This was my way of kind of commemorating going to the Egyptian Museum. This is a coin pouch, and I just included the photos that I had taken. So, you know, there's heaps of different things in here. This is a little, and on the back it's got hieroglyphics, and this is happiness on the front, and then, you know, those little metal coins that you get. So I did this, and I quite like it. So as you can see, hieroglyphs on the back. So yeah, that was how I documented that trip. I do quite like it. It's a lot of fun to include, let's say, 20 photos in just such a tiny little spread. This is a process video as well on YouTube from way back when I started my channel, so you can check it out. Another pattern paper background with some paint. As you can see, it's a trend. The only way I could do it was to paint it. These are also coloured in with paint markers because I didn't have any black alphas at the time. I didn't have money to spend on supplies then, so I just used what I had, and I found workarounds for it. So if you want to check this one out, there's a process video for it. And this one also has a process video for it. But this is a photo of me and my mum at a wedding, so I wanted to make this one quite springy. It was spring at the time. I wanted to make it quite springy, quite girly. I think I achieved that. I think everything on this page is from the reject store except the wood veneer, the resin, and then the stamps and the mixed media. All of the paper and ephemera would be from the reject store. So yes, I do like that one. Then my September project life. This one was very simple. I remember being very busy in September, so there was like no photos. September not too very busy for uni. I was at uni at the time, so I didn't have any photos. So just, you know, 2 photos of my dog, a little tiny ephemera piece, and then 2 photos of my boyfriend's cat. That was it. But I like the colour scheme. I think it's really cute. Reject store, that's Shine, I want to say as well. I also quite like that card. And on the back, it was October, and there is one photo on this one. It's me holding all of the dogs. We're about to take them for a walk. My mum had to run back because she actually had the wrong shoes on. So I was waiting at the front holding all the dogs, but there is a little peek of it here. And there's a photo of the wedding that we went to, and then a lot of journaling, because that's what I did for that one. I do like this one, and I think this has a process video too. Then this layout here, which I love so much. I think it's gorgeous. It's just my favorite. So it says love you forever. So original. It's just a lot of layering. Like, it's not my style anymore. It's very like throw everything down mentality that I used to have. I do have that sometimes, but I used to do that every layout. Just throw it down. Wherever it goes, it stays. But I do like this layout. I think it's really nice. These stickers, I just love. They have, probably hard to tell, they have pink on the side. So every now and again you like get a peek of pink, and it's so cute. So here's this one here. Very cute. And on the back is the second wedding we went to that month. So there is some dress. I think I am wearing a different dress, oh thank God. I've worn that to about 3 weddings, so I was hoping I was wearing a different dress. Yeah, this one just has a really light dilution spray in the background. I want to say that's the peony one. And then, you know, just some photos. Very cute. Nothing too crazy about that one. I don't like it. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't like it too much. I also hate this. If I had time, I'd remake it, but I don't. This was a kit, and I just didn't like the kit. It wasn't my style, but because I was on the design team, you know, I needed to make something. And I think I remember saying in the design team posting that this was a really hard kit for me to work with, and, you know, not every kit's going to be easy for you to work with. So I did make this layout, and I was progressing with my calligraphy writing. So I think even in that time frame, look at the difference. Like, that looks great. And then that. Here's the back. This was a grab 5 challenge. So it was you know, Christmas paper, I think, and then there was a thicker and something else, and I think there's a video. It was a grab 5 challenge. I do actually quite like how this turned out. 8x8 layouts are so hard to make work because you're working with such a confined space that's really difficult. So this is the November project life. We're getting to the end. I really love that O, I think is fantastic. That R is great. The B could use a little bit of work. The N is beautiful. So yeah, I wrote that. How nice is that? I like this one. I actually love the colour scheme of yellow and black. I think it's beautiful. I think it's very underused in scrapbooking. I think people are quite scared of yellow and they think it looks a little too childish, but I personally love it. I think it's fantastic. So I use it wherever I can. And because all my photos this month were outdoors because it's November, hot here in Australia, so I decided to go with yellow. So there's a photo of the cat and more of the cat and of the dogs. Very cute. That's actually a sticker that I printed myself. I don't remember exactly where it's from though. Here is December. So there's journaling at the back here, and then it's really hard to tell. I know my partner hates this photo. It says December on it. Very hard to tell though. And then Shadow, which is my partner's dog, and then the Christmas tree, the presents wrapped, and I actually made cookies for the first time ever. So that was all the icing lined up ready to go, which is my next layout. So here it is. This is a process video as well. I loved making this. I loved the effect that I got with this mixed media. I think I saw it in an Amy Tan video where she kind of talked about you use a straw and you put a pool of watercolor and you get it up, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that in rainbow because I made these cookies and they're so many different colors. Like, I just was really stuck for a long time how to actually decorate this, and then I saw that video and thought, that's what I'm doing. And I also used those, if anyone remembers that craze of the little tiny epoxy stickers. I put those everywhere in the colors that would match. But I love this. She's a cookie queen. If anyone knows the song Killer Queen, that was where I got the idea from. I know no one would ever think of it, whereas like she's a killer queen, so I wrote she's a cookie queen. But I do enjoy this layout. I think it's really fun. It's so different from any other layout that I've ever made that I just love it. The back of this layout, I wanted to basically document, like if you wanted to read anything about what happened this entire year, you'd go to this page. And I had got these like acetate numbers that they were 1 to 9, and I thought, you know what, it's 2018, go 8, and then we'll write down 8 things that were important that year. And I printed it on vellum paper and I just did a little cluster. This is a process video as far as I'm aware. And that was it. That was basically this layout here. I wanted to lay it at the end to document it. And this is my 2018 album flip through. This is probably one of my favorite albums that I've made, even though it has layouts that I don't like. It does have layouts that, you know, are my favorite of all time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, if you stayed all the way to the end, please consider subscribing, and I hope you got some inspiration looking at my layouts. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.